So right where we left off in episode 4, I began day 101 in the Everbright Dimension. This place will be full of surprises for me because I've done absolutely no research about it before going here. Everything here looks the exact same, so I just picked a direction and started exploring. Then I ran into this guy, and by the hotbar you can see that it says my axe doesn't work well here, but unfortunately I can't read. Heh, Polargeist, that's kind of funny. Oh my god, okay, I'm sorry for laughing. It's kind of sad because absolutely everything here attacks you, even if it's cute. As you can see, I'm still using my diamond axe that does hardly any damage. Eventually, I did realize this though and gathered a bit of stone so I could make some rudimentary tools for this dimension. I got wool from these guys and I planned to make a bed, but then I realized it's called the Everbright Dimension for a reason. I ended up coming across a village, which I honestly wasn't expecting from this dimension. It mostly has the same loot as a normal village, though. I'll always take a few emeralds. I took this as well because I remember needing it for rose gold armor. I literally had to travel across dimensions to get this. You know I had to take those bookshelves as well. Being a space nerd, I freaked out a bit when I saw the star emitter. I ended up with 2 of them. I found a bit of armor, but I'm a little clueless, so I didn't put it on. Honestly, might have to just come back here one day just to stock up on some of this sand. Not sure what I would use it for, but it's super pretty. They thought they could stop me from crossing the ocean, but I always come prepared. Although the view is really pretty, I didn't end up sailing too long because I saw this cool looking tower. Makes sense that a wizard would live here. I didn't realize a polar bear was chasing me though, so I got chased upstairs. But apparently I can't break or place blocks in here, which is a little bit unfortunate when a polargeist is chasing you. At the top, instead of finding a wizard, I found this keystone thing, but unlucky for me, I don't have any keys. This might be the worst witch in Minecraft history. First, we had a staring contest, and then she missed me. However, in one of her brewing stands, I found one of the keys that I needed. I wanted to take these bookshelves, but unfortunately, I can't break things. I didn't even get rewarded with a key after doing that labyrinth. If there's one mob I've grown to hate the most in this game, it's Vindicators. My best tactic was to run around in circles, but then I missed the potion, so I shouldn't have made fun of that witch, and then I got cornered. Let's not talk about this. Okay, so dying wasn't actually the worst part of day 101, because I accidentally pulled an episode 4. Remember when I said I wouldn't make that mistake twice? Yeah, me neither. After standing there for an ungodly amount of time, I actually rage quit for a bit, but now we're back to the grind. And this process was a lot harder than last time because it was night and the zombies don't make this any easier. Row, row, row your boat, I want to scream. At this point, I think the universe is trying to give me a sign to uninstall the game. Funny story, Willow's at the village right now, so I have to take Leah. And going through forests with a horse is definitely a lot harder than with a dragon. Don't even get me started on the water. At some point, I think I need to make just a giant bridge across these bodies of water so that I don't have to pull my horse across a literal ocean. While I was swimming, I realized something super funny. I still hadn't saved my spawn point, so if I died while I was out here, I would have to repeat that entire process and Leah would be stranded in the ocean. I died a little on the inside when I saw the sun setting. Get out. I need to save my spawn point. I didn't fully sleep though, that wastes too much precious time. Oh, that's pleasant. Where did you guys come from? Actually, I don't think I want to know. Let me just sneak in here real quick. I feel like that should be a problem for when I get back. Alright, now where were we? Apparently 1,000 blocks away. I did bring a little bit of food and armor though, so it looks like I'm learning from my mistakes. Well, maybe not all of them. It's fine. I'm fine. At least I set my spawn point because I'm so excited to travel 1,000 blocks again. To be honest, I was freaking out a little bit because I wasn't sure if it was going to save my stuff from the first death, but in the end everything turned out alright. My one goal was to not add to the pile of bodies. I probably should have done this a while ago, but I'm not the smartest person. It's kind of disappointing how low these guys were on health when I died. I finally put on a little bit of armor that's meant for this dimension, and although it didn't make a huge difference, I'll take what I can get. After killing these guys, I realized I may have just accidentally orphaned this cat, and now I feel kind of bad. Not too bad though, because I needed this second key. Tried to free these guys like the good civilian I am, and I forgot I couldn't break things. Found my 3rd key though. I searched this entire tower top to bottom for that 4th key, but spoiler alert, I didn't find it. I figured I would eventually find another wizard tower and then use those 3 keys to just use the keystone there. Meanwhile, I found this thing in a village that I have no clue how to use, but I took it anyway. I'm sure I'll have the patience to figure it out someday. Hey look, I was right, a second wizard's tower. And I found exactly what I needed without dying. I was a little bit more careful with the pillagers just because I was twice as far from the portal. I was so excited for my prize. A boss? Hold on, wait, I didn't sign up for this. To say this battle was difficult would be an understatement. I did this fight at like 9 a.m., so I was definitely not awake enough for this. I ended up using both of my totems of undying and half of my food supply. There should have been at least some kind of warning telling me that it would spawn a boss. And not only spawn a boss, but trap me in the room with it. He also regains health, which I didn't realize until my sibling pointed it out, and I think that's completely unfair. I bet you never could have guessed that I didn't end up winning the fight. It surprised me as well. Time to travel 2,000 meters in a frozen forest on foot with no food. Oh wait, just kidding, there's berries. When I got back to the tower, the boss bar was still there, but I'm not gonna mess with that for right now. I saw this gigantic green fortress not too far from the wizard's tower. I tried to go inside, but I guess I'm not able to progress here yet. Mark my words, I'll be back. Day 105, I did the sensible thing and returned home real quick so that I could drop off my valuables because I don't want to lose them again. Day 106, we're right back to the Everbright Dimension. It was about time I did some actual mining here. It's actually kind of nice mining in this dimension because there's hardly anything to attack you down here. When I found out I could have green armor, I started planning my permanent residence. Purple armor would have been cool too, but I didn't find nearly enough of this ore. The green wasn't as pretty as I thought it would be. After mining, I went to the surface and started landscaping near my portal. It wasn't exactly some extravagant house, but it was somewhere to store my items. Days 108 and 109, I spent exploring the land southwest of my portal. Literally all of it is a giant mountain range, which looks cool, but I didn't find anything useful here. After this close call, I will not be launching myself off any more mountains. I went back to the portal and dropped off all the things that I would need for when I eventually would return to this dimension. I just love adding to my collection. This is the rose gold armor I was talking about earlier. This might be the only use for copper. I made sure to save my spawn point, but once again did not sleep through the night. After tending to my garden, I attempted to make rails. Keep in mind, I've been playing this game for over 10 years. Anyway, it was about time I kidnapped a villager. It's getting lonely just talking to the cows around here. This process took a good portion of day 110. I've seen Polar Express. I know this isn't a good idea. In the morning of day 111, I forced Shantae into a boat. That was like my 4th attempt. We became besties over the course of the day, except I almost accidentally suffocated him here. This is why I'm not going into engineering. In the end though, we made it home pretty much safely. I placed the lectern next to him, but he refused to be a librarian. To be fair, I probably wouldn't want to be one either. When I came back later, he cooperated. Kind of. Not sure why I would want a curse of unwieldiness. I spent all night trying to get Shantae to sell me mending. Eventually, he had Prot 4, and during my PvP era, I was conditioned to worship Prot 4. I didn't have enough emeralds though, so I flew to one of my villages and spent days 112 and 113 trading with the locals. This might be my favorite village because of all the different merchants. The beekeepers buy bottles for emeralds, so I spent day 114 smelting sand. I might not be good at this whole trading process, but that seems like a good deal. I spent day 115 doing the exact same thing. On day 116, I ventured out a bit because I needed more flowers to sell. I ran into another village, which was nice because the farmers here bought their own wheat. I was finally rich enough to buy my Protection 4 books. I bought all 4 because I kind of forgot that enchantment tables exist. However, when I was done shopping, Shantae refused to be anything but a librarian. I'll just give him some space, and maybe he'll eventually change his mind. Day 117, I collected some more dandelions and found a little villager campsite. You already know I took their stuff. I always seem to need slime when I don't have it. Day 118, I found another village with a library, which is exactly what I needed. When I got home, Shantae wasn't done playing dress up. This is exactly why I needed another librarian. Wilda was my next victim. That's all I did on day 119. However, now I had to repeat this tedious process. It took all day on day 120. When I actually got mending, I had to do a double take because I didn't believe it at first. Day 121, I discovered 2 more villages, one of which gave me blueberries and the other of which gave me emeralds. When I got home, I bought the mending books, but I didn't record it, so you're just gonna have to believe me. I also almost lost Billy while expanding. At this point, I should just stop attempting recipes and just look them up in the first place. Day 123, I crafted my most prized possession. Just look at all those enchants. Day 124, I went mining a bit. Diamonds! And I found that mine shaft I almost died in. I took some of the rails since I know how expensive they are now. More diamonds! I mined these ones with my silk touch since I didn't bring my fortune pickaxe with me. The mine shaft didn't get any safer while I was gone. It's especially dangerous if you can't see if you're running straight into lava. I didn't feel like having to spend day 125 retrieving my stuff from the mine, so I stopped mining while I was ahead. I got 1 whole extra diamond from waiting for fortune. Can't complain though, that's 1 more than I would have had. Day 125 was a relaxing one. I landscaped a bit, and then I built yet another armor stand house. I just can't risk losing Billy again. Hopefully this is the last time I have to move my collection. Anyway, that's all for episode 5. Comment below what you think I should add to my world. Feel free to leave a like and subscribe for next week's episode.